What's up everyone, it's your girl Jay, and today I'm going to share with you how to become an avatar or a superhero, whatever you prefer. Like this video, y'all. Please thumbs up this video. It helps. This is going to be one of those videos that's going to have the algorithm shook, a couple people shook, okay? So like this video up so we can get the word out. We are more powerful than we are told. Basically, that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you today basically how astrology shows you how to tap into your superpowers, how to tap into your gifts and your psychic gifts. And not the psychic gifts that the spiritual community generally knows about. You know, we know about clairvoyance, we know about clairsentience, we know about being empathetic and empathy. Some of us even know about clairalience. We know the basic clairs and we know the basic psychic abilities. We're comfortable with those for the most part, from what I can perceive. I don't really see people talking about the more abstract or not really abstract psychic abilities that we see on the television shows and on movies. I'm talking about pyrokinesis, thermokinesis, telekinesis, okay? Being able to move things with your mind. I'm talking about aerokinesis. This video, I'm going to share with you how astrology shows you how to tap into those more crazier psychic gifts. And I want to remind you guys that astrology is an ancient super science. An ancient super science. It is supernatural, okay? We are all supernatural. All of these things and abilities, they're going to come naturally to us because they are supernatural. It's real natural to us. But the thing about it is, we forget who we are and we forget our power. We fear our power. We're taught to fear our power based off of what society tells us, what our parents tells us, what religion tells us, what everybody else tells us, except for what we feel on the inside. We never get told to trust our inner voice, to trust our intuition, to trust that gut feeling. We're told that that's, it's not logical. But really what we're going to start doing more and more is to start focusing on that feminine aspect of ourselves. And I don't mean feminine as in the female part of ourselves. I mean feminine as the more creative, intuitive, receptive part of all of our beings, because all of us have a feminine side to us, and that feminine side is very, very powerful on the metaphysical level and in the metaphysical realm. You are more powerful than you think, and we need to start putting that vibration out there. The more people that radiate on that knowledge and understand that knowledge, the more people that will actually be able to see the power within themselves, because we're all connected. Astrology is an ancient super science, and this ancient super science, yes, super science, shows us our supernatural gifts and powers, the paranormal, okay? These are the things that can be seen in our astrological charts, our birth charts, our natal charts. If you do not know about your natal chart, go online and look up a birth chart calculator in the description box, and you will be able to see your birth chart. Know your birth chart, study your birth chart, because this is showing you the potential that you have in this universe. It's showing you your programming. It's literally showing you who you are and the consciousness that you have and what you have at your disposal. It's more than just your sun sign. I'm a Leo, so I'm like this. No. Astrology can literally hold the key to how you can make this life of yours the most successful as it possibly can. Astrology shows you who you are and the potential that you have and the potential gifts that you have and that you can cultivate to become the best version of yourself. And that is powerful. It is no wonder why our ancestors studied astrology, because they understood the connection that our consciousness has with this universe and the stars and the planets. And I'm going to share with you guys today how you can tap into those more wild gifts. I'm talking water bending, fire bending, earth bending, and air bending. Before we even get into the meat and potatoes, you have to really understand these three things. If you don't understand and resonate and really accept these three things, none of what I say in this video is going to be possible. It is not going to work. You are not going to be able to succeed in being able to do any of these things that are so cool and so empowering. You have to accept that anything is possible. You need to accept that anything is possible and that the universe is limitless, and so are you, because you are the universe. If you don't understand that, if you don't accept that, if you live in a state of limitation, in a very Saturnian reality, you're not going to be able to do what I'm going to say. You're going to be restricting yourself because your mind is restricting yourself. Your capability of being able to view yourself as a powerful human being that is a god and goddess is restrictive in nature. so you will not be able to use your inner gifts and power, because all this is not external, it's internal. That brings me to my second point. You have to release any fear that you have over the occult. If you fear the occult does not mean anything associated with evil per se. It just means hidden knowledge, inner knowledge. The occult is the esoteric. The eso meaning internalized knowledge. Knowledge that is not open and outside and not externalized like exoteric religious institutions. We're not externalizing power here. We're realizing that the power is within ourselves. So if you are afraid of your own inner power and you are afraid of knowledge, if you live in a state of fear of any of this, you are also not going to be able to do this correctly, because you're not open and willing to be able to see things from a different perspective. You're scared. And by vibrating at a level of fear, you're going to attract situations to match that in your life. So release all fear, all negativity, all subconscious belief systems that got ingrained to us when we were little kids about the occult, about hidden knowledge, all that stuff. Witchcraft, magic, blah, blah, blah. Erase all of it and implant an open-mindedness. Implant an understanding and research. Do your research so you can truly see that you've been lied to. And third, the most important thing that you must do to be able to do and utilize any of your gifts and powers is meditation. If you do not meditate, this is not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible unless you already have a natural inclination to be able to focus yourself and to be so aware of your body and the subtle energies in your body within yourself and outside of yourself. If you're naturally like that, that's one thing. But if you aren't, meditation is going to be absolutely priority and key to be able to tap into your powers. If you don't meditate, if you don't focus your mind, if you're not able to sense your energy and to be really connected to the energies around you on a very subtle level, to understand that, you will not be able to do it. Because to do all of these things, you need to understand that everything around us is energy. And if everything around us is energy and matter that is made up of atoms that are made up of the protons and neutrons and electrons going crazy, making this solid body of yours, making this solid phone that I have. Oh, don't look at my phone case, that is trash. But you know what I'm saying? If we're all made up of this matter and we're all connected to it, we can kind of do whatever we want with that energy, because it's us. We are one and the same. But if you can't even feel me on that, you gotta meditate. Astrology shows us what elements are more likely for us to be able to master, because we can see this by looking and studying our dominant planets and dominant elements. And I have a calculator down below in the description box. All you have to do is put your birth information in there, and it's gonna, basically develop your chart, and you're gonna be able to see your dominant elements. And if you know anything about telekinesis, which is being able to move things with your mind, they always say that you have to realize that you and this phone are one and the same. We're all made up of the same energy and the same matter. So if I'm made of matter and this phone is made of matter, then moving this phone is going to be just as simple as moving my hand. Because my hand is attached to me, right? My hand is a part of me. So why isn't this phone not, if we're made of the same stuff? For example, if I'm 55% fire, a large majority of my being is fire. I am literally very fire element prone and fire dominant. As a fire element dominant person, or a FED person, what I'm going to call it, as a FED person, you're going to be more likely to actually be able to manipulate fire and to work with fire, to control fire, to make fire come out of your hands. Yes, I'm not joking. This is a thing, and this is a thing that I've actually, been able to, do. So this is called pyrokinesis or thermokinesis, being able to heat up your body using that fire, using that element of fire in your own being. If you ever stare into fire, you'll see that the fire is colorful, because it is energy. It's pure raw energy. Without further ado, make sure you go in the description box and see which element that you are more dominant in. I'm going to break it down into FED, which is fire element dominant, WED, which is water element dominant, AED, which is air element dominant, and EED, which is earth element dominant. So figure out which element you're strongest in. And if you aren't particularly strong in element, and if you're well balanced, then you'll probably be able to tap into all of these and actually become the avatar. Because we all have access to tapping into all the different elements, but somebody with a proclivity or a higher amount of a specific element is probably going to find that it's easier to connect with that element faster and right off the bat. If they're going to manifest in this lifetime, they can actually see results of working with that specific element and manifesting things quicker in this specific lifetime. So, you know, it's lit. So as an FED or fire element dominant human being, your superpowers are firebending. You are a firebender. You welcome to the team. You know, I'm a firebender. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I can manipulate fire. I can control fire. I'm not the best, but I'm like mastering it. I'm learning how to master it. It's going to take practice. It's going to take dedication. And yes, but first, let me tell you what you got. One of the abilities that I intuitively feel is going to really be the best is pyrokinesis. Pyrokinesis, which literally means being able to manipulate fire, being able to control fire, being able to heat up your hands, and also it's linked to being able to heal with your hands. So to heal with energy, that you see this with energy workers, okay? Being very pyrokinetic in a sense. Basically, how to learn how to be pyrokinetic, you want to get a candle. And candles themselves are going to be more of an air thing. But here's what I personally do. So I take a candle, correct? I like to, you know, to manifest something, I like to write down what I want on a piece of paper in present or past tense. Like, I am this, I have that, I've done this, I did this and it was great. Present or past tense, right? I write that down on a piece of paper, then I fold it up, I meditate on that paper with it in between my hands. I visualize what it would feel like and be like to have that thing, and I put myself in the present moment like it already happened. I daydream in my mind and really put a lot of energy and emotion into that visualization as I am holding the paper in my hands. And I fold that paper and I put it into the candle. It's usually a large candle, and then I let it burn. And then I put my hands around the candle, put my energy into it, and then that's when I actually discovered that I could firebend. I did it on accident. But that is going to be an excellent way that you can actually learn how to manifest. Manifesting with fire. And no, it's not just with candles. You don't want to just focus on candles. But what we're really talking about here, but be careful, but what we're really talking about here is wildfire. So I'm talking campfires, okay? Fires that are in a cauldron, fires that it's a little bit wild and uncontrollable, because that is the fire element. The fire element is passion. I mean, look at the Leos and the Sagittarius and the Aries. This is straight passion, straight raw passion, and it's untamed. So that's the type of fire that you want to work with to be able to manifest, to be able to manipulate. So if you want to actually be pyrokinetic, right? First you want to meditate, breathe, and get into a relaxed state. You want to, you know, get that fire in front of you, whether you're outside at a campfire or, you know, working with the candle. But the candle, like I said, you might want to put paper or something in it. But please, guys, be safe. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Don't burn your house down. What you want to do is get that candle, because that's the easiest thing that you could do. Put it right in front of you and meditate. Some people like to meditate with their eyes open and they stare at the flame and breathe in and out and just stare at the flame, right? And then other people like to close their eyes, breathe deeply in and out, and just get into that relaxed state. And once you feel like you're in a relaxed state, I want you to take your hands, and I want you to first rub your hands like this. I want you to imagine a big ball of light or dark in the center of your hands, the palm of your hands, and do this. Rub your hands together and imagine that big ball of light in the palm of your hands, light or dark. And then after like 30 seconds or so, I want you to continue to imagine that big ball of light in the center of your hands, but I want you to spread your hands apart and imagine that big ball of light or energy or chi getting bigger and bigger and bigger the further away you stretch out your hands. And the more you do this, or some of you off the bat, you're going to be able to sense energy, the energy coming from your hand chakras. You're going to be able to sense that and tap into that. You might feel heat, you might feel cold, and you might feel that magnet feeling when two magnets are opposite and they can't really touch each other. You might feel both of those because it's that yang, the yin and yang energy, right? When you have that and you can start feeling your energy and you're able to make energy balls, and I made a video about this before. Check the card up above if you want to see, the other video I kind of made, basically learning how to sense and tap into energy. And after that, you put the candle in front of you, and you probably want to put a little bit of paper in the candle to make it a little bit uncontrollable, a little bit bigger. You want to start playing with that candle. You want to stare at that fire in front of you. Really put your hands around it. Don't touch it, of course, but really put your hands around it. Feel the heat of it. Okay, look into the candle, stare at the candle, and really start to see the energy and the aura even around the flame and the energy of the candle and the fire itself. And then once you feel like you've really just stared and really got into that state with the candle, you want to take your energy, right, in the palm of your hands. You want to imagine all that energy that you felt and just pushing it into the flame, right? And then start manipulating it, start moving it, start pushing more of your right hand energy into it, or maybe your left hand energy. Start spreading it back, putting it forward. Start really just starting to work with that fire and feel into it, to start seeing, okay, how can I work with fire? How can I move the fire? How can I become one with the fire? Probably not going to happen off the bat, but the more you do it, the more you'll realize that you can actually work with that fire. And working with fire in general is going to be an amazing thing if you want to learn how to manifest the fastest in this specific lifetime, because that's the energy that you have within you. So you might as well manifest with it, right? So definitely, like I said before, do the exercise where you put the piece of paper of all the things that you want inside the flame, and then you watch it burn and push all your energy into it and still visualize what you want happening in your head. That's how you manifest things, and manifest it with a quickness. You can also do that to release things that you no longer want to have an effect on you in your life. Whether it's having negative feelings about yourself, whether it's your ex, whatever the case is, write it on that piece of paper and watch it burn and just let it go. Some people find it difficult to meditate because they always say, my thoughts are racing, I can't focus. One thing that you might want to try is actually getting a candle in front of you and staring into the candle, and that is actually a form of meditation instead of having to close your eyes, because it probably gives you something to focus on, and it is something that is literally you, so you're able to connect with it easier and it can start to guide you. But basically, you want to set your intention to the fire and let it do whatever you want. Since you are FED, learning how to work with fire is going to come a bit naturally to you because it's something that is you. So you're going to be able to, if you give yourself an open mind and heart, you're going to be able to understand the fire and learn the fire the more that you work with fire. The last thing that you might even want to look into is thermokinesis. Thermokinesis is being able to heat up your aura. If you don't know, we all have an aura around us. Some people can actually even see auras in the auric field and the auric colors, and you can see the different auric colors around us. But if you want to learn how to actually heat up your body, let's say you're cold and you're outside and you actually need to heat up your body, you can actually imagine the aura around you, and you can imagine that aura getting hotter and hotter, and those atoms that I was telling you about, and then protons, neutrons, and electrons in the atoms just speeding up around you in your auric field and going faster and faster and faster, and that's how you actually heat up your body. So like I said, working with heat, working with fire, working with candles is something that is going to come naturally to an FED person, and something that they can use to manifest easier in this lifetime. As a WED person, your element is water. Working with water, working with the moon, working with spiritual baths. Hydrokinesis. Hydrokinesis, being able to water bend, being able to work with water, to manipulate the molecules of water and be able to move it, or be able to, lift it, or at least bend it. I've seen people being able to bend the water, okay? And water is flowy. Water is flowing. Water is emotional. The Scorpios, Cancers, and Pisces, these are the water signs. It's flowy. It's imaginative. It's very esoteric. It's naturally more just free flowing. We're working with the moon. We're working with the moon. We're working with that darker energy, and not dark as in evil, guys. Throw that out the window. When it's dark outside, the moon's out. We're dealing with the hidden sides of our being, the hidden realm, the unseen here. When we're working with water, we also want to work with the moon. So how you actually learn how to bend water, you first want to study into hydrokinesis. Maybe you get a glass of water in front of you and you put it in front of you and you sit down and you meditate. You get into that relaxed state and then you stare into the water. You feel around the water. Maybe even dip your hands in the water, right? And I've seen this done definitely at like a creek or a pond. You know what I'm saying? And being able to learn how to basically manipulate that. You just want to really get in tune with that water. You want to spend time in water. You want to spend time at the beach. You want to spend time at the pond, spend time at the creek, spend time with drinking a lot of water, drinking a lot of that water. I mean, literally, of course, we're affected by the moon because the moon controls the tides. And we are made up of mostly water. So the moon has a strong effect on us and our being. That's why the moon sign is so important. But, you know, nonetheless, you want to work with this water. So first things first, you want to do spiritual baths. Spiritual baths are going to be your best friend. If you're a WED, you're going to be more prone to really taking in a lot of energy, a lot of other people's energy. And it can sometimes bog you down, and sometimes you're going to have emotions that are not even yours, but it's the people that are around you that are just putting all that energy and you're just sucking it in with that WED life. So you want to take spiritual baths. You want to take salt baths. You want to go to a stove. You want to put a pot of water on the stove and then you want to let it boil. And once it's boiling, you want to stir the pot and you want to speak into that water. Set an intention to water. What do you want in this life? Do you want to be more attractive? Do you want more money? Do you want to be more spiritually inclined? Whatever it is that you desire, what you want to release, whatever the case is, you want to speak it into that water. Set an intention using that water. Literally talk to that water. I am beautiful. I am this. I am that, in present or past tense, and really speak into that water as it's boiling and visualize it happening in your head at the same time using that emotion. You want to set it outside with a glass lid on top of it so bugs don't get all up in your stuff, okay? You want to set it outside underneath a full moon particularly. After you leave it outside for a little while, you might even want to put a couple crystals that are water safe inside of there to even set that intention even higher, okay? Underneath a full moon, you want to run a bath, and then you want to take that water and put it inside the bath. You know what I'm saying? And dump it inside the bath that you're running, and then just completely let your body soak in that bath and just soak into that intention that you set with that water. Cover your whole body, your hair and everything, okay? And then you might want to add some herbs and stuff in the boiling water. You want to add some other things to basically amplify that intention. And if you're trying to cleanse your aura and cleanse your energy because you just feel bogged down, you feel tired, then use salt. And for a WED person, that is going to be extremely powerful and a potent way to manifest and a potent way to cleanse your aura and your body. Hydrokinesis is literally being able to manipulate water. Okay, so you can actually lift up water. Yes, some people can actually do it, to bend water, to move the current. Okay, you can actually do these things, but you got to spend time with water. You got to meditate with the water. You got to become one with water. Where do you think holy water comes from? Where do you think baptizing comes from in holy water and all these things? It's power. There's a lot of power in setting intention to water. And you might even want to look into cryokinesis, which is being able to freeze things with your mind. So for my AEDs, my air element dominant people out there, aerokinesis, being able to air bend, okay, being able to manipulate the air. I'm talking literally being able to make gust happen off of your own mind and power and energy, okay? Understanding that you are one with air, so you can actually be able to move air. And your power as an AED person is that you have the power of that mental energy. Your thoughts, your mental energy is going to be key in manifesting in this life. So when you really want something, you gotta watch what you're thinking. You really gotta watch what you're thinking and the stories that you're telling yourself about who you are, because that is exactly what is going to become true. You gotta watch yourself and the stories that you are saying to yourself and the things that you are thinking constantly, because those are the exact things that are gonna manifest in your life. You are powerful when it comes to your mental energy, okay? I'm even feeling like claircognizance, being able to know things, just know things, knowing things are gonna happen, not knowing knowing why. So if you want to learn how to be aerokinetic, you want to go outside. It could be a windy, you want to try it on a windy day and on a more calm day, okay? You want to go outside, you want to sit down on the grass in nature, you want to meditate, right? Meditate outside. Breathe in and out deeply until you get into a relaxed state. And then you want to feel the air around you, on your body. You want to feel the temperature of the air. You want to feel the air caress your skin. You want to feel how fast it's blowing. You want to imagine what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? You want to really become one with that air. You want to be in tune with that air. And once you feel like you can feel the air, you can really feel that breeze, and you're really paying a large attention to it, and you can be present with the air, you want to put your hands out like this, and you want to imagine little strings coming from the palms of your hands and attaching to that air, like almost like they were kites. So then you just want to start moving those strings, moving the air, and you might want to get flowy with it because, you know, air is flowy. So literally move your hands like it was a kite and start imagining a gust. Imagine pulling that air. Imagine a gust coming as you're meditating, and just move it. And then after a while, you'll probably see that you can actually master being one with air and manipulating air. Aerokinesis. You also want to do a lot of breath meditation because the breath is the air. It's that life force energy within us. The air energy is what keeps us alive. Sound, okay? Use sound when you are also doing these studies and practices. Use sound. Use affirmations. Say things. Speak things. That is your power, guys. So really, if you want to manifest, speak things into existence. Also, if you're into the esoteric, you might even want to get some candles and do some candle magic, okay? Working with candles. It's not really an FED type of thing. Candles are more of an air thing because it's controlled, okay? It's controlled and it's focused. So if you are an AED person and you have trouble focusing during meditation, you might want to take a candle and actually focus on the candle in front of you as you're meditating with your eyes open or closed, but just really focus on that flame in front of you, because that actually could be something that could act as an anchor for your mind and allow you to focus. Because a lot of times as an AED person, you might have a lot of thoughts going on and this could be all over the place, right? So that candle can actually help you have a focus on something in front of you and to really get you to tap into that really meditative state. But like I said, really watch the things that you say to yourself again and again and again, because those things are going to be present in your life. Check the subconscious beliefs that you have and really check into the thoughts and really watch the words you say, y'all. I cannot stress that enough because that is your superpower. That and aerokinesis. And last but not least, my EEDs, my earth element dominant people. You guys are really interesting here. You guys are going to work with the earth. This is called geokinesis. This is also called agrokinesis. Geokinesis, literally being able to manipulate earth. So all the things that are naturally found on earth, like sand, rocks, dirt, being able to move them, to pick them up, to lift them. Because you need to realize that you and that are one and the same. So you want to go outside in nature, on the ground, with barefoot. You want to walk barefoot outside a lot, but you probably will find that this will actually have a tendency to overthink or have anxiety or just be stressed out, can't sleep. Going and walking outside barefoot could actually probably help you out a lot, because you're kind of anchoring your energy back down to earth and you're working with that natural energy that earth has, and it's going to help you relax, to help you be grounded. But you want to go outside barefoot if you can. You want to sit down, start meditating, breathing in and out, and then you might want to get a rock, right? A rock that you find outside. Make sure it's natural to the earth, whatever it is. Maybe it's a leaf. I don't know. First, you want to take that item, you want to feel that item, you want to put it in your hands, you want to see how it feels, you want to see the texture, you want to see the temperature, you want to see all the little details. You really want to become one with that item. You want to put it right in front of you, and then you want to meditate and focus on that item in front of you. And once you feel that deep sense that you are connected to that item and you are in tune with nature, and you hear the nature around you. You hear the birds, you hear the leaves, you have the trees, you are able to see the grass moving, you see all the little details. Once you feel that, you know, you really feel that, then try to move the rock or try to move the leaf with your hands out in front of you. Literally try to lift it up. Imagine it happening. I guarantee you, the more that you do it, the better that you'll be at doing it, and you'll actually see that you'll be successful at geokinesis. Another thing you probably want to get into, agrokinesis, working with plants, literally being able to help plants grow by maybe even speaking to the plants. If a plant is dying, you could be like, no, it's okay, I love you, I'm sending you love, and you actually can help that plant come to life, and to get, because you're giving it more of that life force energy, you know what I'm saying? Also, plant medicine. Okay, I'm not saying, oh, we gotta, no, I'm not just saying that. I'm saying working with herbs. Working with herbs of all sorts. Herbs that come from earth is going to be also important. Learning how to heal with herbs. Learning how to manifest with herbs. It's going to be key for you to really manifest it at the best capacity in this lifetime. Working with nature. Maybe it's even writing down on paper what you want and then burying it in the ground. Maybe it's putting your intention into a plant and speaking your intention into a plant. I want this, I am this, I am that, I am this, present tense, past tense, no wants, because if you're wanting something, you're always going to be in a state of wanting. But if you have something, or you already had something, then that's what the energy is. So you want to get a plant. Maybe you want to even get a plant and speak your intention into that plant. I am receiving blessings beyond my imagination. Maybe that's your affirmation and you're speaking that into the plant on a daily basis and you're sending it love. You're setting that intention and letting that seed grow and, you know, letting it come out, letting that flower bloom, and so will your manifestation. You know what I'm saying? But working with plants, working with nature, you know what I'm saying? Working with animals, spirit animals and stuff like that could also be a part of your psychic abilities. And I also would even say psychometry, because psychometry is being able to literally pick up an object and to get psychic descriptions of who owned the object, where has the object been, what is the energy of this object. Literally getting those psychic imprints by actually touching and feeling things, because the earth energy is very grounded and it is in the physical. So being able to physically touch things and get messages about what these things are. I had that experience. I have a Taurus moon, and I found that I'm able to put my hands on people, and especially if I'm like looking and literally physically being able to heal chakras, or being able to get messages on what is blocking people by putting my hands on their heart and seeing what blockages are in their heart, literally seeing memories. I see memories of like what people went through, but it's very hands-on and physical, and that's something that's going to come to an EED person. Being able to be in tune with the physical reality in front of you, nature, earth, that is something that is going to be key for you to manifest. But alright, all my FED, WED, EED, and AED people, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for having an open mind, or just taking the time to even listen to what I have to say, because you don't have to. You could be doing anything else in the world right now, but you came here to support me, to hopefully like this video, to hopefully share with your friends, or just comment, you know what I'm saying? Let me know how this goes for you. Like, seriously, let me know how this goes for you. And if you try it, have fun with it. Be easy with it. Don't stress out too much about it. Just let it come naturally. Work on it on a daily basis, a weekly basis, but just consistently, so that you can see the growth within yourself and be able to really tap into your true, innate, God-given, divine power, okay? Because you are one and the same with everything, with God itself, with the universe itself. So that's beautiful.